I'm seeing ads for hormone replacement therapy for neuter dogs. Is this a real thing? Man, the internet is wild.
Oh my God, is it?
Anonymous. You think about dogs, like dogs scratch up things, dogs chew things up.
Yeah.
You don't see us taking them to the vet to take their toes off.
And their teeth out.
Yeah, or their teeth out.
The owner slammed his hand on the table and stated loudly, "Only Democrats microchip their dogs," and then refused the service, obviously because how dare you accuse him of being a Democrat? I could totally hear an old man saying that.
Oh my God. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Veterinary Roundtable, the podcast where we answer your veterinary-related questions while having some fun along the way. If you enjoyed today's episode or a previous episode, be sure to leave us a review on your podcast provider of choice. And if you have any feedback to offer to improve the Veterinary Roundtable, let us know. Wade says we need some kind of filter here.
You probably couldn't hear it, but Wade just sneezed.
An air filter. Whoa. Are you okay, sir? Okay. He's like, I'm happy. I'm fine. Never mind. Okay. Yeah. So welcome.
Yes. Spotify reviews are still growing. It's crazy. We talked about last time. We're less than 150 away.
I know. Yes. You're
It's
exactly
wild.
112 away.
I know. Ugh.
That's not very many.
It really isn't.
So, yeah. Be prepared.
All right.
Mentally prepared.
Yeah, right. Okay, make sure you're checking out our social media channels. We have an Instagram and a TikTok at the Veterinary Roundtable. We also have a YouTube channel. You'll find it if you type in the Veterinary Roundtable. That's where all of our video podcasts will be published going forward. So if you want to watch us rather than listen, go check it out because we're fun to watch sometimes.
And Allie has her red scrubs, which she had last week, which I wasn't here.
Oh, yeah.
but
Allie has her red scrub.
Bless
What? God,
you.
I think
What is
there's
going
something-
on in
there's
here?
something
Oh
in the
my
air.
gosh, something's in the air.
Harrison just sneezed.
Wade and Harrison, are you guys okay? Oh my goodness.
I'm surprised I'm not the one sneezing.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
That's my
Lord.
MO.
So Allie finally has her red scrubs.
Yes,
so that's
Allie is
exciting.
officially official.
Yep,
It's
absolutely.
so exciting.
I like it.
You like them?
Yeah.
Good.
Are they comfortable
Okay.
enough?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm Dr. Emily King.
I'm Courtney Allen,
I'm Allie McQuarrie.
and you're listening to the Veterinary Roundtable.
Hold on, do that again because my cameras were all. I was expecting Allie to go. Do it again for the funsies. Go ahead.
Do what
Okay,
again? The
I'm
whole
Dr.
thing?
I'm Dr. Emily King.
I'm Courtney Allen.
No, guys. No, Mom, you go, and then Allie goes.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
we have to go in that order.
Okay, I'm Dr. Emily King.
I'm Allie McQuarrie.
And I'm Courtney Allen, and you're listening to the Veterinary Roundtable.
There we go.
Audio listeners are going to be like, I don't know what you're doing.
I know.
Why does it matter?
Video people will get it.
Okay.
Oh, because it's in
That's
order?
okay. They're going to think that they just I don't know, their radio was messed up and it rewound. You know those buttons when you listen to a podcast, it goes back 10 seconds? They're going to be like, did I hit that button by accident? Hold on a second. Okay, so pits and peaks, peeps.
Yep. I can go first.
Okay.
Okay.
My peak is I got my hair did,
Yes.
as you can all see. I love
Looks
it.
amazing.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I have found out that I just really enjoy myself with dark hair, so I told my hairdresser to not let me put any more highlights back in my hair.
Oh,
But I also just don't get my hair done often.
Yeah.
Like if you have, which I don't have a lot of, or I didn't have a lot of highlights, but if you do, you have to go in all the time because then it turns that gross bronzy yellowy color and. Yeah, but your hair's not long enough to really be able
It's
to tell.
white
Your hair
is
looks
what it
fine.
is. She puts highlights in there because I don't
Yeah.
know why. She just says she likes to.
Your
and
hair
I said,
looks
okay.
good.
Yeah, your hair looks good.
I let her decide.
I like the
"You're
color of your hair.
you're
I like
the,
what you got going.
Oh, thanks.
You're
Okay.
welcome.
All right. Okay, back to
But
you.
yes,
Sorry.
but I have my dark hair back and I love it. My pit, I don't know if it's really necessarily a pit. I think I'm more not disappointed. I don't know how I would word it, but I had my first physical therapy appointment this morning or today.
Okay.
So what it has been determined, my diagnosis, if you will, is that my the muscle. I don't remember what she called this muscle, but it's the one that connects from your neck to your shoulder blade.
Okay.
And they think that muscle is just really weak because of all the wear and tear. So
Okay.
it's just weakened over time and I don't really give it a rest. So then it just continues to get weaker. So pretty much I just have to strengthen my right side, which is fine. I'll do physical therapy. I have to do it at home, whatever. But I just feel like it's still more of I feel like there's an injury there of some sort. I have a tear, but I mean, I'll listen to them. They know what they're talking about. I don't. So, and it would make sense. She had me do all these things. She pushes down both your arms. I mean, my right arm is really weak compared to my left side, which is interesting because it's my dominant side.
Yeah,
Right.
That's what I was thinking.
But Yeah, so I just have to do some physical therapy, and then I have a recheck with the actual doctor in a few weeks.
Okay.
And then if the physical therapy doesn't help, then I have to get an MRI. But we'll try it. We'll see.
Maybe it will
but
make
like
a difference.
the stretches I did today felt amazing. It didn't hurt, which was good.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. She did this, I don't remember what she calls it, but they take like this piece of metal and they scraping.
Oh yeah.
She did scraping on me, which I'm kind of used to being worked on really hard because I'm a massage therapist, so it really wasn't like that intense. I mean, it's uncomfortable, but that was interesting.
Oh.
Yeah.
It does feel good. It hurts so good.
Yeah.
It feels good.
Yeah. No, it felt good, but she was like, "You're really tight." And I'm like, "Yeah, I've been in vet med for 9 years."
Yes. Like between the stress of walking
Yeah.
around like this and
Yeah.
then, the lifting and the twisting and all of that.
Yeah.
Holding weights out in front of you too. Like I feel like that's always something that we don't realize. Yeah, you lift heavy stuff, but then like having your arms extended with something heavy in them is a different kind of like core like workout than like if you hold them in.
Yeah. Yeah. And we have to sometimes help owners lift their dogs in the car. We don't really have a choice in that situation. You just got to do it. And also the thing that my mom says, because she's a yoga instructor, we're always going forward. You're never going this way. So that's why you want to open like your heart.
Yeah.
Because you're always forward facing.
Yeah.
So like bolsters, lay on a bolster every day.
Yeah.
It
You know
feels
what
amazing.
there's a bunch of videos, and Tatum at Workout talks about this stuff about walking backwards.
Mhm.
Have you seen that? And you're supposed to walk backwards and you're supposed to do something as you're walking backwards because we're so front focused.
Yep.
And so I'm like, I need to try this.
Yeah.
And it's not that much time a day. It might be 10 minutes or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Anyway, hopefully it gets better.
we'll see in
Yeah.
a couple of
Yeah.
weeks. So,
Keep you posted.
okay.
Okay, me.
You want to go? Okay.
Yeah, so my pit, but this is so silly. My darn tire pressure light has been on all week.
No.
Same.
I have not
That is
went and
so
got it
annoying.
fixed. But every time I get in the car, it's just bam. The
Yeah.
alert is right there.
Mine is too.
If you fill it up with air, will it go away?
Oh, it might, but I just have been so lazy and Spencer's on seconds, so I'm just like,
It's the cold weather.
Allie,
yeah,
tell people what kind of car you have.
I have a Jeep Cherokee Trailhawk. Is that important? I don't know.
They have a lot of problems.
They
Jeeps are
do.
notorious for having
But you know what?
issues.
She's in a good car.
Yeah.
She's paid off, so she can be my problem for now.
Yeah.
My peak is last weekend. I got the ingredients. I always want to say ingredients. The stuff to make the nutcracker.
Everything?
Other
You've got
than,
it all?
Paint and like
Okay.
the tinsel and like the fun stuff, but
Yeah.
I have the main.
You can make the structure
Yes,
of
the
okay, so how
structure.
tall is it going to be?
I don't know because I haven't started. I want to start to do that this weekend.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Ooh.
try to do it.
I'm
without-
invested now.
You should take pictures like of each stage.
Yes.
That would be
Make
cool.
sure you do.
Or
Take pictures
videos
of
or
every
something.
stage.
I was really happy. It totaled $90, which is really not bad.
That's
That's
not
pretty
bad
good.
for all the things.
Yeah.
We'll see if I mess something up because I'm gonna try to do it by myself.
Did you go to Lowe's? You had to
Yeah.
go to Lowe's and get
I went
everything?
to Lowe's, and I haven't got paint yet, so I don't know. I have some spray paint and stuff at home, and then like the fun tinsely, sparkly things I'm gonna put on
Yeah.
him. But
Yeah.
You're making
Yeah.
one?
for now, yes.
Okay.
She needs an army.
I know.
You need to make a family.
Yeah,
A
really,
nutcracker
that would
family.
be really cute, actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
But so we'll see how this one goes. If it goes okay, then I will get stuff for Nutcracker.
I'm so excited to see
Nutcracker
it.
too. I am too. I'm very excited.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
I hope I can pull it off.
You can pull it off. Absolutely.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm
So
I'm
this
excited.
weekend you're starting.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't wait to see the pictures.
My tire pressure light's been on all week.
It is really annoying
It's
about
the
when it
cold
comes on.
weather.
It is the cold weather. You know, it
happens
compresses the
every
air.
year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All you got to do is just to fill it up a little
Yeah,
bit.
you do. That's all you have to do.
I still haven't done it.
And have either one of us done it? I texted Jacob Monday morning. I started my car and I left for work and bing, there it goes. And I texted him. I said, my tire pressure's low. It's the same tire. And I did it last week too. Like I've already filled it up once. And he's like, okay, check it when you get to work. I didn't check it to see what pressure it's at. I'm not getting out of my car when it's snowing to check my tire pressure. I'm
Yeah,
sorry, but no.
I hear you.
And so I just need to fill it up.
Yeah.
But it's been on all week. I just
Same.
ignore the low light.
I'm like, ooh, it's up to 30 now. It's getting warm.
It's getting warm. I need to drive faster.
It's fine. It's not a
Oh my
flat tire.
gosh, That's
Yeah,
funny.
it's not a flat
It's
tire.
not a nail. It's fine.
My car
it's
ain't
just,
lumping down the road.
it's just
so
the
I'm-
Indiana weather.
Have you guys heard of those tires that are the non-patch tires?
Yes.
Drivable flats, I guess is what they're called them. They're
I
called
think I've heard of
drivable
it, yeah.
flats. So like if you get a flat tire, you can drive to like 50 miles, I think is the max.
Ooh, 50
But you
miles.
cannot patch them.
Oh.
So I was like,
How much
is
are
this
said
I don't
tires?
So
know.
is that like a waste? I would just get patchable tires. I don't
Well,
care if I can drive 50 houses. I'm going to have someone
I
pick
don't know.
me up.
Sometimes that's really nice. Like if
So you don't have to get towed.
Yeah.
And if you don't have a spare.
well,
like if you're on your way to work and your tire just bums out.
Yeah.
here's the thing: is these new cars. So my mom bought a car. That's a whole nother story. My mom bought a car, and I'm sorry, and it has these drivable flats. Because they have the drivable flats, they do not have spare tires in them.
Ooh. I feel like that's silly. You should
There
still
is no spare tire. So
what if you're on the middle of BFE and there's nothing around?
you can drive it. He told, I don't know, like you can drive 50 miles, you can fill it up or something and then drive another 50 miles. But like you can drive on it flat is the point, I guess.
But then you refill it and then it's fine?
No, you have to, then
No,
it
you
goes,
have to replace
you have
it.
to just, you have to replace it. You have to replace the tire at some point. But you can continue to do that until you get where you need to go. So then the cars, they don't need the space for the spare tires now.
So it just doesn't damage the rim then?
Yeah.
Correct. Probably.
Somehow. There's
Yeah.
an extra cushion in there or something.
Yeah. So, but they're not, you can't patch them like, with the little patch kit. Like,
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding,
I
Anyway,
bet they're more expensive.
I bet they are.
Really?
Oh, 100%.
I bet they
More
are.
expensive.
Yeah.
But I
Anyway.
mean, usually if you patch a tire, you end up getting new tires probably anyway because
Yeah.
there's damage.
Yeah.
In high school, I was the queen of getting nails in my tire.
Oh, same.
I feel like
Like,
our house is too.
I
feel like I
swear
always get,
my car had the magnet for nails. I don't know where they came from, but like
Yeah.
every few months I'd bam, nail in my tire.
Yeah.
So annoying.
No fun. No fun. My pit is really a silly one. Is that yesterday? No.
Today's Thursday.
What's it, Thursday? So Tuesday night, Calvin was supposed to feed Kaya. And so Richie said, at dinner time, I was like, did Kaya eat? And he was like, oh yeah, Calvin fed him. I was like, okay, well, she's acting like she didn't eat. Can you go check with him? And of course he went in there and he hadn't fed her yet. So then Richie feeds her, but this is now later, like 8 p.m. at night.
Mm-hmm.
So she's eating really late. Usually she eats like 4 p.m. So she's eating OM. So it's high fiber food. So she eats at 8 and usually she's like down for the count all night. Like she doesn't get up
Mhm.
and then we forget to let her out. Well, that's what happened. She went down for the count. We didn't let her out and she had a ginormous pile of poop at the back door. Richie's like, it was so much poop. And I was like, well, she's eating OM. It it makes a lot of poop. So
At least she went by the back door and not just
she did. I was
somewhere
like, why
random.
didn't she come get us? Usually every morning she comes upstairs to get us. And I was like, did you hear her? Or like, did anybody hear?
She had to go.
She's like, no.
Maybe she slept pooped. Like she slept walked, but slept pooped.
Let's see. My peak is that I got to go to Auburn last weekend with the VBMA students from 4 different schools. Was it 4 or 3? 4. So LSU, Tuskegee, Auburn, and Mississippi State. And it was a blast. They were so much fun and they did a great job throwing the event and it was great.
That's fun.
And then I also got to meet with another group called Leaf Vet. I'm missing the third word. They're like a high school training program similar to probably J. Everett Light. And they have students, high school students. And I met with 2 of their classes and they had the best questions.
That's always
They're out of
nice when like
Texas.
the crowds or the whatever you're doing is like invested.
So much,
and,
yes, it's so much more fun. And so
and interactive.
their questions were really thoughtful. They were they were great. I was like, you have the best students. They were polite. They were,
Wow.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Big
Anyway, so that was cool
compliment.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. On to trending topics. The first one, FDA issues first ever emergency use authorization for drug to combat screwworm in dogs.
Which we've
Have you
ta-
been part of this screwworm saga?
No,
She
I was getting ready to say, like, excuse me, I have never heard of this before.
This is big news.
Yeah, because
When did these?
When did this start? What, a month ago?
okay, no,
2
several
months
months ago.
Okay.
It was like
Oh.
the end of summer, maybe, or
Yeah, you're
during
probably
summer,
right.
or something like that.
Yeah.
Where they started to have cases of screwworm in Mexico,
Yes.
and so
It had not crossed the border.
right, and so it was moving north though, and there was a case like 70 miles south of the border.
Yes.
And so the U.S. has been really like aggressive about prevention and working with Mexico to try and prevent the advancement of it because it's very detrimental. to livestock and
I was gonna say,
potentially dogs.
Yeah, but like it's
cats
like the cows and the,
Yeah.
like the meat sources, and that they're really worried
The
about.
problem with this particular screwworm is that it feeds on, so it's a larva from a fly. It feeds on live tissue. So it's the only one who does that. So if somebody
so it finds a wound.
Yeah, so if there's a wound, then it eats actually live tissue. And then the problem would be that the animal doesn't get the care it needs and then die up secondary infections and things like that.
Yeah.
So out on the ranch, you can imagine those cows out there, like you wouldn't know, you know, you're not like with them all the time.
Right.
Anyway, so now they've come up with all this cool stuff.
Yeah,
the sterile flies.
The sterile flies blew my mind. I
Yeah.
don't remember the number, like millions probably. I think they created sterile flies to go and mate with these flies to kill them off.
Yeah, so that they couldn't then.
Interesting.
It was the coolest thing to read about.
So they couldn't produce larvae then.
Yeah.
So that was really cool, and so they've got these facilities. Basically, they've done several really cool things, and then now they've
treat.
Did you guys know, like the drug is Credelio?
Yeah, I know that. Yeah,
I know. I read that and I was like,
yeah, it's so fascinating. And then I don't know. Did you see the chart that showed the rest of the isoxaflurlaners? So like there's Credelio, and then there is help me with the other isoxaflurlaners. NexGard, right? So Credelio, NexGard, Simparica. I feel like Bravecto's not on there. There is Trifexis that has shown efficacy against the screwworms.
Where the heck did you see a chart?
I know. I didn't see it. It wasn't in this.
I don't know where I went to. I don't know.
You found it somewhere.
And so there's several of these products, the isoxaflurlaners, that are able to fight off the thing.
That's so
cool.
It's really cool.
That is cool. I did read this article, and I was like, wow, I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah. So at least if you have a dog and you live in that area of the country, like your dog's probably, and you're on Credelio or one of these other products, then you're probably going to be protected.
Yeah.
So
good job, everyone with the FDA and the everybody for getting on it real quick.
Yeah, it is. I think they're really worried about it.
Well, I would be if it comes over here. That's going to be no bueno.
Right. And they found one case over here, but something about like it didn't go anywhere else. Like it wasn't, it just.
I feel like it was like in Texas.
Yeah. There was like an isolated case or something.
It's always Texas.
Always Texas. It does feel like that, doesn't it? Anyway. Okay.
It's crazy.
I just think that science is so fascinating.
It is very fascinating. I also, this is going to be a tangent, but it's wild that they can approve, like the FDA will approve stuff like this so quickly, but then there's other bad things in the world that takes years and years and years to get approval for.
I think because, it's emergency use authorization.
I know.
So then they're like, this is a threat. Okay, use it.
That's true. It's just interesting.
Yeah.
How like long processes can be, but then bam.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I also think the drug's already out in the market. Right. So
that makes
dogs
it a little
are already
bit
taking
easier.
it. Right?
It's not a brand new drug. And that's true. Yeah.
So I think that's also helpful is that the species that the drug is intended for, they're using it as, they're just changing the label. Mm-hmm. Emergency use. I mean, right? That's kind of how I interpret it. Yeah. Like, okay, now it's able to be used against screwworm. Yeah. Okay, great. I guess we needed an EUA for that, but whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't really... Anyway, I don't know. Okay. Number 2. New vaccine is launched to protect dogs against kennel cough.
A new Bordetella vaccine.
Yeah.
Which I kind of understood, but it's just formulated differently, correct? Than what we have now? Because we have an injectable form right now that because we carry the oral form and an injectable form. The only time we use injectables is if we can't get near a dog's mouth or the patient's sedated.
Right.
But it's different than that injectable one, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's supposed to take that one's place.
Yes. Yeah. Correct. Yeah. Okay. And it's better efficacy because of how it's made.
That's what I thought. Okay.
So like the old, and I wrote this, I have this stuff on my phone because I couldn't remember all of it, but the Recombinant Shield is recombinant, so versus purely extract, and has a defined antigen, which is pertactin. It potentially offers improved immune targeting of Bordetella in dogs. And so I think there's also it's better, less injection site pain.
Yes, it said minimal pain, swelling, stinging, and sensitivity for the patient.
And so the oral vaccine is a live vaccine, not good if you have an immunocompromised individual, like client or patient wouldn't be a good option. So then you would use the injectable, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the old injectable wasn't as efficacious.
Okay.
It's kind of how I understood it.
So then this will be the gold standard. We'll get rid of oral then.
No, you'll still have oral. It's just that
this one is only replacing the injectable.
Yes.
I get it. Okay, gotcha.
replacing the old injectable.
I see.
I
Okay.
kind of had that same question too. I was like, so
Because I read through it a few times and I'm like, yeah, that's how I took it. So I'm like,
Yeah.
are we not going to have oral anymore?
Yeah.
No, you'll still have older. Yeah.
Okay.
Oral.
Oral.
Okay. I'm caught up now.
So the older product is described as a non-adjuvanted antigenic extract.
Big words.
Yeah. So it's just a different way of producing the product. So I think it just makes it more efficacious. So
Yeah. It says the Recomba Shield reduced coughing duration in dogs by 80% and nasal shedding duration by 23%. Good job.
Yeah.
Good job.
Good job, Zoetis.
I wonder if we're going to order that one.
Yeah. I assume.
Well, it will replace the other one.
Yeah.
So
So you just use whatever you have and then order the new one?
Yes. Because Zoetis is will phase that out.
Yeah.
They won't have that product when they have a better one that provides better protection.
Yeah. Okay. What's the third one?
California joins growing list of states banning cat declawing.
How do we
Were
feel?
you guys surprised at the number of states that have it banned
There's
already?
7.
Yeah, there was quite a
Wait,
few.
there's 7 including California now. There was 6.
There's like
right?
Virginia, California,
don't
New
know, I go back and
York,
forth.
Rhode Island.
Because I definitely see where it's good.
Yeah.
Obviously.
California has joined 6 other states in banning.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I see where it's good, and it sucks when we have to do it. But I always think about the thing, like, I feel like they're going to seek it out. Like, if people are so gung-ho, or, like, the pet doesn't have a home. Like, that's the kind of, like, where I am. But then I'm like, you think about dogs, like, dogs scratch up things, dogs chew things up. You
Yeah.
don't see us taking them to the vet to take their toes off.
Their teeth out.
Yeah. Or their teeth.
My dog chewed up my couch. Can you do a full mouth extraction?
I
Exactly.
definitely think it's
Exactly.
good. I would like to know, like, what these states, what these owners are doing. Like, do they see an increase in shelters? Are they, I don't know. That's where I'm, like, stuck. I'm like, well, is this animal now going to be euthanized because it's stuck at a shelter because it messed
Right.
up someone's bougie couch? I don't know.
Right. Right.
So I'd be curious to know if, like, there's increases in that. Or
Right.
if people are just like, well, it's banned. It's bad. They
Don't get it. Or are people like, don't get a cat unless you
Yeah.
want these things to happen?
Yeah.
Right.
Or are they giving, like, do they have a whole bunch of different things they can do instead of, like, kitty caps or,
Yeah.
I don't know, giving them
I guess
alternate
what are they doing
options?
alternatively to
Yeah.
help the clients and people with cats that
The old clients on blood
Yeah.
thinners.
yeah, I think about that too. Because I think it said that they were only allowed, it was up to the veterinarian's discretion, but
Right.
only medical, like, medically needed. And
Right. So that would be like you have a fractured toe, and so
well,
you have
right.
to
So
declaw
it's
the cat.
It has nothing to do with the owner. So if the owner is on blood thinners, and it's
Yeah.
like
Right.
their pride and joy, keeping them, like, having a purpose in life or whatever,
Yeah.
and they can't keep their cat because it's,
I know. I think as veterinary clinics, we can do our best to try and educate people on the reasons why you don't do it. And
Mhm.
then here are things we can do instead. I think that's really important to be able to do that. But then at the end of the day, some people, for whatever reason, maybe need to have that done. I guess also dogs aren't climbing up the front of people. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, like
Right.
cats will
Yeah.
their
climb up.
nails are sharper. I
Yeah.
get that, yeah, but
I don't know. It is a very hard question.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about, like, I go back and forth because then people could argue. I'm just making an argument. I'm not saying this is how I feel,
yeah.
but they're saying those people shouldn't have cats if they don't want their couches destroyed.
Yeah.
But
But then you say, okay, well, they could be indoor-outdoor cats, right? Because cats
Yeah.
are really designed to be outside.
yeah,
Like in terms of they have a predatory instinct.
Yeah.
They like to climb. They'd be in high places. Like when they're inside out, they don't do anything bad.
because they have
So-
an outlet too. Yeah,
Right. So like, but then we're not supposed to allow them to be outside.
right.
So like, okay, so if we're not supposed to declaw them because that's bad for them, then trapping them inside, is that not bad for them?
Right.
Like, I don't know. It's
Yeah.
interesting because I know a lot of cats that we've managed have behavior problems because they can't get outside.
Yeah. I know the clients that come in sometimes are like, this is one of my outdoor cats I've fed for years. I want to bring it inside now. And I'm like, that's not going to go all right.
Right. Let's bring them into your 2,000 square foot house now.
The cats that continuously get out. And I'm like, just let them be outside.
Yeah.
That's where they're happy.
They'll actually roam a certain pattern.
They know where the food is.
Yeah.
Most cats will come back.
Yeah. Yeah, they did that study where they put trackers on cats in a colony and watched their patterns, and that's how they figured out each cat needs so many square feet, because then they didn't. I'll have to find that study.
So like they have like a routine almost.
Yes, and they frequent the same locations.
Yeah,
and they have a pattern of how they go throughout the day. It's absolutely fascinating. I'll find it.
I remember hearing about that.
Yeah, and I can't remember where I read it, but I'll find it.
That's really cool. I didn't hear that.
Find it.
But yeah,
okay.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I wish Declaws was here to give her 2 cents.
Yeah, I don't know.
She has declawed cats.
Oh yeah, I mean we've done that. I mean,
we declawed her cat.
Yeah,
I don't know. Just like as an owner perspective, I'd like to hear her
perspective.
One day. She's given her 2 cents on declawing before, but anyway. All right, I'm really sad. We don't have any tales from the trenches this week. Your surprise one last week was amazing.
Okay.
We were not expecting that.
Okay, well, I was like, Harrison, I should totally do this. Give them a Tales from the Trenches. And so I was with Kayla and John. And so we were all on the beach. And I was like, all right, guys, are you ready to record this? And so we were standing recording this, and they were offering their
I could hear the ocean.
Could you really?
Yeah. It made me jealous.
We were out there at sunset, and I was like, all right, let's record this. And so, anyway, I'm glad it brought you humor.
Yeah,
yes, it did.
Good.
There is a tale from the trench if you look at your email.
Oh my God. Another surprise. Huh?
I feel like I did look at my email.
The email, wait a second.
I just sent it to you a few minutes ago. We have
okay.
Surprise, surprise. We have a Tales from the Trench. Anyway.
We had one come in hot.
Okay, if you don't know what it is, this is where we want our listeners to send in their most ridiculous, funny, unhinged stories, and then we read them on the podcast. You can send your stories to the Veterinary Roundtable at gmail.com. Also, you get our raw reaction because we don't know about them beforehand. Like, we don't read them beforehand. Do you have it?
I'm looking for it.
I couldn't find it.
Oh, mine's right here. I have it.
Okay, go for it.
Can we read it? Okay.
Yep, go for it.
Tales from the trenches, but not too trenchy. Okay, anyway. Hi, my name is Christina. I've reached out before via text and had my question about parvo answered on the show. So hi again. I feel like I'm catching up with old friends. Haha.
Oh, we love that. That's so cool.
My Tales from the Trench isn't too trenchy, more just iconic quotes by clients that I saved in my notes apps because I never want to forget them. So I have two I want to share today. To preface this first one, we live in a rural farming community in a southern state. The first one was a very normal wellness appointment for a 5-month-old puppy. The tech brought up if the owner was going to be interested in neutering and microchipping while the patient was being neutered. The owner slammed his hand on the table and stated loudly, "Only Democrats microchip their dogs," and then refused the service, obviously because how dare you accuse him of being a Democrat? I could totally hear an old man saying that.
Oh my God. That's amazing. Okay.
All right. The second one was a very...
Hey, at least we weren't accused of being too expensive.
Yeah, right?
So charging too much, right?
Yeah, no kidding. All right. The second one was a very sad case. 4-year-old male pitty hit by car, which was ending in euthanasia. When our male DVM was in the room giving the male owner the news, the owner yells, "I can't effing euthanize him, man. My 1.5-year-old daughter is a Pisces. She's too effing smart for this shit." It was very heartbreaking euthanasia for the family.
Oh.
Anyways, I love the show and you guys. Just subscribed to Dr. King's emails and brought my practice manager crucial conversations for PM Appreciation Week. She was ecstatic. From Christina.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
I love hearing quotes from clients.
Yes.
And just the offhanded things they say, and you're like, did that really just come out of your mouth?
Putting them in the notes, that's such a good thing.
I know.
We should do that. We should totally do that.
Well, we've talked about getting, because I think it was a few months ago, all of us techs were in treatment talking, and we're like, we need a whiteboard to put up sayings that you only hear in a vet clinic that if you heard outside of vet clinic, people would look at you like you were really, really
crazy.
messed up.
Yeah.
And so, but we're like, how do we write that down and put it somewhere? Because clients are all over the clinic.
Yeah.
It's like if they saw the stuff, like,
they'd
oh my God, that's a big penis. Where's your butthole?
Yes.
Look at his balls.
Yeah, exactly. Oh,
but stuff you say in vet med is just funny. But then like clients, even during those hard times, they just say things and
It is. That's I think there needs to be a Google Doc that is shared with all veterinary professionals and everybody dumps their quotes in it.
Oh my God, that would be amazing.
Would that be like
that would be so fun.
Like some kind of
like a blog.
Yes, like something that everybody just throws their stuff in there and everybody can read it and laugh.
That would be fun.
I feel like on Venn people have done that where they've started like a chat and then like a message or whatever and people are like, tell me your craziest blah, blah. And then people just start replying back with all the crazy stuff,
And then the Karens would come for us.
Yeah, well, that's always the case.
There's going to be a Karen everywhere.
I know.
There is. Absolutely. Okay. Well, thanks, Christina. And good job buying your Practice Manager Crucial Conversations. That's amazing.
You mentioned on the podcast last week. We talk about that book almost, I think, every episode.
It's going to help a ton. So good job.
It's
and you should read it as well if you haven't read it.
Yeah.
Then you'll have the same language.
Because you can use it in life. You don't have to just use
relationships anywhere.
You don't have to just use it at work.
Yeah.
Use it everywhere you go.
Everywhere. Okay, so.
Case collections. I'll go first.
Okay.
So we have I think she's a 12-year-old Rhodesian Ridgeback. So she is an old gal. Over the past few years, the owners have just been in a state of keeping her comfortable, not wanting to do anything extraordinary, blah, blah, blah. So she had this mass pop up on her back right hip area, I believe. It was a pretty firm mass. So she has lipomas and masses kind of all over. She has those old lady bumps. But she had this one pop up on her right hip. And with given the size, the location, the firmness of it, all that stuff, we were concerned that it was most likely malignant. But the owners did not pursue a fine needle aspirate because they weren't necessarily going to do anything with the information. So why do it? They weren't going to remove it, like the whole thing. So we've just been monitoring that bump and all of her other bumps for the past year or so. Well, about, I would say a month ago, the owner had reached out to me and said, hey, Chessie's breathing is just getting like a little bit off. And so I told him just to keep an eye on it. Like she was kind of just having like one-off breathing events and it was random and it wasn't enough to like bring her into the clinic, whatever. So I always had in the back of my head that, okay, if the mass on her hip is malignant, it could have migrated and metastasized, and the first place it goes would be the chest. And so I've had that in the back of my head. Well, the other caveat to this is the dog is severely arthritic. The owners are older, but I mean, he can lift her if he absolutely had to. But getting her into the clinic isn't the easiest task. And she gets pretty stressed in the clinic. So we've just been going back and forth of what they can do at home. She's been on Rimadyl. We tried Librela and Adequan at home. They weren't keeping up with it, so we just kind of discontinued it. But the owner called me on this past Monday and said that her breathing had gotten much worse, and they actually sent me a video recording of her breathing, and she had severe abdominal effort. Per the owner, they said she sounded like she was drowning.
Oh, wow.
And then she's having swallowing issues. Like they stopped feeding her dry food because of the swallowing issue. So they've had her on only canned. But she's having a hard time like getting stuff down. And when she exerts energy, her breathing gets worse. And so the owner had discontinued the Rimadyl on his own, and just in case it was causing anything, decided to give her a dose of Pred, which I had told him in the past that could cause more harm if we don't know what's going on, but he just wanted to try it because what's it going to hurt? And so we actually ended up going over to their house. We did a house call, Dr. Dudley and I, and we got there, and her breathing was definitely harsh. Like she got up to greet us and she did not sound well. She had some muscle wasting in her back end, which is a given her age. But the owners reported like she's still eating, like she wants to eat even if she has the swallowing thing going on. Her energy for the most part is pretty good. She goes outside on her own. But yeah, just the breathing episode. So Dr. Dudley listened to her chest and her lungs actually sounded pretty good. She had is it a Stridor?
Stridor?
Is that what it's when the lungs sound like the chest sounds a little weird? What is that?
Well, that's like where it's hard to breathe in.
That
breathe
could, okay,
out,
yes, that's what it
breathing in
was.
and breathing out.
So
is
she
affected.
noticed a stridor. So then when her lungs sounded decently okay, we were a little bit less concerned for like fluid or anything like that, which is kind of what we were in the mindset of. And now we are more worried about a tumor like at the base of her
mass
throat
or something.
Yeah, or like tonsils, like something involving that. So we told the owners worst case scenario could grow and cause severe complications. But what they opted to do for right now is we started her on gabapentin and we started her on a very, very, very high dose of prednisone, and we're going to see how she does and we're going to go from there. But her chest sounded okay, which is a plus.
Yeah.
That she doesn't have cancer. Well, she might have, you don't know.
Yeah.
But you could hear her lungs because we were worried she was going to be in like severe respiratory distress. And her color was a little muddy, but nothing to where we're like, we need to rush her to the clinic right now.
Sure.
And we took Lasix just in case, didn't have to give that. So.
Wow. Yeah. She probably has a mass obstructing.
Yeah. Poor girl.
So
somewhere.
it just, sounds like she's kind of breathing through a straw.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So, but we'll see. I'm going to check in with them tomorrow. So
yeah, hopefully she's doing better.
Yeah, we had to do a little bit of a washout period because of the Rimadyl. So they started her on the gabapentin, and then we started her on some Pepcid, and then they were supposed to start the prednisone, I think, today. So we did a little bit less of a washout period, but just to get her some comfort. So we'll see how she does.
We'll see, right?
Mm-hmm. All right. So my case, we had I believe she's 7, Cavalier King Charles Spaniel. She came in January for an echo with the cardiologist because cavies have heart issues.
Because it's her breed.
Because it's genetic. She had the echo done, and they found mitral valve regurgitation, but it wasn't terrible at that time. And, the cardiologist explained that each dog is kind of different in progression, and this dog wasn't doing horrible. Well, a couple weeks ago, she came back in because of labor breathing. And so we were worried about fluid on her chest and everything. We took an x-ray. Probably the biggest heart I've ever seen.
Wow.
Like, in my career.
Yeah.
Like, so large. Like, I don't even know how it was fitting in her chest. No fluid. So that was cool. But she wasn't previously started on meds, I don't believe, because she was doing okay. But we did start some heart meds. As far as I know, she's doing a little bit better. But I do have a photo of the x-ray. And it was just super interesting. I was
yeah, I bet.
Oh my gosh. I don't even know how this dog is still walking.
Yeah.
Because then later we did x-rays on a big dog and we were like, and that's small.
Small, right? Compared. Yeah.
Yeah. So she got started on some vetmedin, some, I think, furosemide and some other things just to help get her along. It's not a curable disease, unfortunately. So she just kind of has to live with it. But
she's pretty young, 7,
I know.
know?
Yeah, I know. I thought that too. Being only 7 in her heart.
If you're thinking about getting a Cavalier, do a heart checkup every year, maybe every 6 months.
Maybe every 6 months.
Yeah, because that was
things can change. Like, that's what I'm saying.
And it progressed super fast.
Well, and genetically, they're just, you just look at the parents and the grandparents, as well. It stinks.
Yeah.
I think there's 2 trains of thought when it comes to them having disease and starting meds and then waiting until they're clinical and starting meds then. And there's certain parameters they use to put them into a particular class to say, okay, start the meds now ahead of time before heart failure. So, gosh, yeah, that stinks.
Yeah, so as far as I know, she's doing better. But, yeah, I just thought poor thing. Only 7.
It's kind of like a ticking time bomb, unfortunately.
Yeah, it really is.
She progressed rather fast, so.
Yeah. At least she's still alive.
She is alive.
Go her.
She was a very sweet dog. That's the thing. Cavaliers are so darn sweet. That's why people get them.
Yeah, and they're cute
good dogs.
as puppies.
They're so cute.
Yeah, for sure.
They're they're just sweet. They just with their little wagging tails and their Grinch feet.
I know, they're Grinch feet.
Okay, on to listener inquiries. Continue using our text message feature for our podcast. You will tap on the episode in your podcast provider of choice. You look at the top, it'll say send us an inquiry through a text message here. You can text us whatever you'd like. If you do want to shout out on the podcast, you have to leave your name. Otherwise, it comes through as anonymous. And we also now take voice message inquiries. So send those voice memos to the Veterinary Roundtable at gmail.com. Anybody want to read the first one?
I'll read the first one. Oh, go ahead. All right. Hi, Veterinary Roundtable. I'm currently a junior in high school who's considering becoming a vet. I recently stumbled upon your podcast on Spotify and have been enjoying the content. I was wondering if, in one of your next episodes or next podcast, you could answer a question for me. What are the actual differences between the DVM and BVM degrees? For clarification, there are two colleges in the UK, the University of Edinburgh and the University of Dublin, that offer students a chance to start vet school right out of high school. Both schools are AVMA COE accredited. The only catch is that you get a BVM, which is a bachelor's in veterinary medicine, not a doctorate. I really want to be a vet and cannot imagine going another 5 to 6 years before even starting vet school. My only concern is that this will negatively affect my career in the US, especially if I decide to specialize. Any insight would be greatly appreciated. Karina.
Okay, so I looked into it.
Okay.
I don't know if my information is correct.
Okay, tell us what you got.
There's really no difference.
Correct.
Right? It's just depending on where you go to school.
Yeah. I mean, like, these two institutions are AVMA accredited.
Yeah.
So that allows you to sit for the NAVLE.
Yeah, I feel like that's the most important thing.
Right.
To look
so
for.
I am not aware that if you get a BVM, you can't do an internship. I'm not.
So it says, when I looked, it says DVM, Doctor of Veterinary Medicine, is the standard degree in the United States and Canada, while BVM is common in the United Kingdom, Australia, and other countries. A veterinarian with a BVM degree can practice in the U.S. by passing the North American Veterinary Licensing Exam, the NAVLE, and being accredited by AVMA.
Yeah.
So it's really no different.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you know that's what you want to do, then don't go spend.
As long as you can take the NAVLE, then you're set.
Right, then you're set.
I think there were
That's how you
some
get your license.
discrepancies because I looked into this too about because DVM versus BVM, like you're not, like I think it's how you like. There was discrepancies if you could be called a doctor.
Oh, interesting.
Because your initials are different.
Got it.
But I couldn't really find to say for sure, like, if it really mattered a whole lot. But obviously your initials would be different. So instead of your name, DVM, it would be BVM.
Right.
Whatever.
Well, and like at UPenn, it's VMD, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh.
So like it's different. And so maybe it's yeah, I mean, I would say go do that if you can do that and take the extra classes or the extra cost, right? And the most important thing is being able to sit for the NAVLE, which you can do if you're AVMA accredited.
Yeah.
So
and I feel like specializing shouldn't be a problem. I mean, specializing is all about experience, right? I
right.
mean,
Well,
most
and
of the time.
You have to, as long as you have your degree and your license, then
you should be able to, unless getting into an internship is affected by. But
if you have an education,
I will say when I was at Auburn, I was talking with a theriogenologist there, and when they pick people for their residents, they don't mind if people have been out practicing medicine. So you don't have to just do an internship and then a residency. You could work for. She's like, we would much rather have people who have worked for 5 years, and then come back and do your residency. She's like, it's just better. Not everybody does that because people want to go ahead and get their residency done so they can go into a place. But she's like, we have no issue with people being out in practice and then coming back. So if that's the case, then you would just practice for a period of time.
And then,
that's what I was thinking.
And especially because, I mean, like she says she wants to specialize. I mean, unless you know for sure, like this is what I want to do, dip your toes in and see truly what you want to specialize in.
Correct,
so it might even be better to go practice for a little bit.
Yeah.
In like a general practice because that you can get a little bit of taste of everything, I feel like. Not like to the certain extent of whatever, but I don't know. I feel like that'd be better anyway.
Yeah, I agree.
It says, I'm just saying, key takeaway, BVM and DVM degrees are equivalent.
Okay, there we go.
The letters simply reflect the country where the degree was earned.
Okay, that's it. That's what we need to know.
Right from Google.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, next one. This is a long one.
That is a long one.
Hi, guys. Big fan of the podcast. I have a question for y'all regarding getting into the field of veterinary medicine. Long story short, 5 years ago when I was an undergrad, I rescued a puppy from a local shelter in my college town. It is just the two of us, and he has become my best bud over the years. Earlier this year, he had a scary episode of partial paralysis out of nowhere. He ended up being hospitalized at a specialty hospital for 10 days. His diagnosis was myasthenia gravis complicated by megaesophagus. Due to the megaesophagus, he has also developed aspiration pneumonia. He was spiraling fast. After those 10 days, he was only worsening in the hospital, so I took him home, not knowing what would happen. Fast forward months later, he has improved, but I won't lie, it has been extremely taxing emotionally, physically, and financially. The amount of care he has to receive on a daily basis includes Bailey chair, hand-fed, special diet, countless medicines, cleaning up regurg, helping him walk with the sling.
Allie?
He's an 80-pound dog, so not an easy feat, etc., is hard. I've been told I am doing all the right things, and yet my poor pup is currently experiencing his 4th bout of aspiration pneumonia. The treatments are not working, and we cannot seem to break the cycle. I do not know how much time he has left. This entire situation, though incredibly challenging, has inspired me to pursue vet med. I remember in a previous podcast episode, you guys advised against using your own or personal pets as reason for wanting to pursue veterinary school and applications. I can see why this would be true in a lot of cases, but is it still true here? I'd like to add that this is not my only reason, but it does feel like my biggest push and motivator. I already have a career as a biomedical engineer, and I'm doing very well for myself, so this is not a decision I am making lightly or planning to rush into. Any advice you have on this topic is greatly appreciated. Thanks so much, from Mia. Wow.
Okay.
A lot.
Allie can feel your pain, that's for sure.
That's a full-time
Not
job.
as much as that. The Bailey chair thing, that is so scary. I thought I was going to have to do that, and I was slightly terrified. Also, an 80-pound dog.
Yeah.
This little guy.
Yeah.
50 pounds, I can at least pick him up, but the regurg, I feel you there.
Yeah, it's so much. You know, I think when we were mentioning the part about you're a biomedical engineer, like you have a career, like the fact that you're going to bring in your animal as a reason for additional motivation, I don't think that's an issue.
Well, it was, who did we talk to?
It was Holly from LMU.
Yes, and she said, I grew up on a farm.
Right. Yeah, like I think it's like,
that's what we were talking about.
Yes, like I think it is like, I love cats and dogs because I have them in my house.
Yeah.
It's that kind of thing.
Yeah.
This is very specific. You already have a career,
yes,
you know, that is intense.
Yes.
You're a biomedical engior. Like
You're smart.
I
You're
know.
smart,
I was like, oh my God. Okay, why do you want to go do vet med? No, I'm just kidding. It's great. But I think, you know, like you don't have to worry. Use that story.
Yeah.
For sure.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Absolutely not.
And if you found your calling where you love to take care of animals, do it.
Yeah.
Because that's what you're going to be doing.
Yep. And I don't think it's a negative in this case.
No.
I think if it was your only reason and you say it's not, so I think you've got it covered there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the whole problem solving and then managing and the discipline to manage the case and all of that are things that you can speak to because of that experience.
Yes.
So use it as a way to talk about those things.
Yep.
For sure.
I use personal experience every day with my clients to relate.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, but props, that's a lot.
It is a lot.
An animal, those kind of, oh my God. Freaking Miles is dealing with some skinfold dermatitis, and I'm like over it at this point. So, like, having that.
Oh, I couldn't.
That's a lot. That's a full-time job.
It is. Absolutely is.
Like, you wouldn't want to leave your dog. I mean, aspiration pneumonia, you don't want to leave them alone.
Like, you wouldn't. How do you go on vacation?
You don't.
Like
you don't have
there's
a life.
Those clients we have where they're like, their dog finally passes. Like, you know, it's like 16 years old and they've had and they're like, oh my God.
I can leave my house for longer than 2 hours.
Like, that is commitment.
Yeah.
That's amazing to me. Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't do it if I was put in that situation, but that's also a lot of money.
It is a lot.
Yep.
And she don't work at VetMed. She don't get any discount.
Yeah. No.
So good for you, Mia. That's
good for
phenomenal.
You for sticking with it, because most people will probably be like, okay.
I mean, 4th bout of aspiration pneumonia.
Yeah. That's
not
crazy.
some antibiotic resistance.
Oh gosh.
Oh man. I hope it goes well. Let us know if you apply.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Keep us posted.
All right, number 3. I'm seeing ads for hormone replacement therapy for neuter dogs. Is this a real thing? Man, the internet is wild.
Oh my God, is it?
Anonymous.
When I saw this question,
I was trying to dig into this, and I was like, who thinks about doing this?
I don't know. Just leave your dog intact.
Well, one of the cases I was venting.
It's the same thing. Why would you neuter your dog and then turn around and replace its hormones?
No, this is the case that I saw on Vin. That the dog kept getting masses on his testicles. And at one point he had one that the doctor was like, I don't know that I can necessarily like remove this and keep this dog's whatever.
Okay.
And so they neutered him, and then the owner was super upset that they had to neuter the dog, and he wanted to start like hormone therapy. I can't even remember why he was so upset, but I think honestly, I don't know. I was just so flabbergasted about the fact of giving dogs hormones. And I was like,
okay, what did you find?
So I Googled it.
Okay.
I just said like hormone replacement therapy, and this is what it came up with. Hormone replacement therapy for neutered dogs is a new and developing treatment area that aims to restore hormones lost through spaying or neutering to address certain health and behavioral issues. Okay, with that being said, you neuter dogs to help with behavioral issues. How does giving them more testosterone make their behavior better? That's my question.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And then it says conditions treated: incontinence, behavioral issues, age-related health, muscle and bone health.
Yeah, I read that stuff too.
I get incontinence, right? We treat incontinence related to, it's estrogen responsive incontinence, right?
Yeah.
So, but then, so if you're giving the hormones that you removed by removing the are we talking like, and I don't know enough to know like it's a trading apples for apples. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so you take away this and now you're giving hormones. Is it the same as if they would have had that tissue? I don't know. Because if it is, then
I just don't
why are we
understand
spaying them?
It said stuff too, like having to do with like a thicker hair coat.
There's melatonin for that.
No. Well, I don't neuter dogs and see their coats go to shit.
Oh gosh.
I don't know. Then there was
some
people like wanted the dog to be protective and they wanted him to have the hormone, and I'm like,
because why did they want him to have the hormones?
They wanted him to be like protective or have that instinct.
Or they want to neuter the dog. Okay, say it's a male. They want to neuter, or a female, it doesn't really matter. They want to take away the reproductive organs to lessen the complications of testicular cancer or pyometra or whatever you want to call it. But then they still want their animal to act like they have them.
Yes.
That's like the one thing that I could not understand, but like that's the one thing I can come up with as to why you would do that.
Yeah, the one thing that guy was mad about, because he was like, well, now my dog's acting different now that he doesn't have testicles. And I'm like,
oh, my dog be big man on campus. He needs some tea.
That's too funny.
And I was just very confused. I mean,
that's the only instance where like you're doing the right thing by your pet by decreasing their chances of cancer and complications.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
But
so I was looking on social media to see like, is there something like somebody's like they're putting information out there and it's inaccurate.
The websites that I looked at, I don't know how credible they are.
Picture those are ticks on a dog.
That is so bad.
It was so random.
Hey, you know what? You know what? But go ahead and use that garlic because that's going to work real well for that.
Completely off topic.
That is so off topic, but also off topic. I pulled a tick off a dog this week, and I made the joke. I was like, the first tick of the winter.
Yeah.
Because people are like, I've already had clients tell me, oh, it's getting cold. I'm not doing it.
It got cold. It snowed on Monday, and it's 60 today.
Yeah. Yeah.
The ticks are resilient.
It gave me an itch. I was like, am I on time on my prevention?
Yeah.
Miles is due on Saturday, so
I went home and gave my dog's prevention. I was pretty sure I was late, but I gave it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay.
But anyway, did you hear what I said? The logic behind giving it?
No. What?
Like the only time I could find where it would be understandable is if you want to decrease your pet's risk of getting testicular cancer or pyometra, so you spay and neuter them, but then you still want them to act like they have the hormones. That's where it would make sense.
Yeah, but then don't you then just predispose them again to pyometra?
They don't have they don't have a uterus.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So you spade them. Okay.
But then you neuter them. You get rid of the problem. You get rid of the sex organ that will have the issue. But then you still want them to act like they have
What about mammary cancer? Does it bring back the risk of mammary cancer for
potentially?
The dog?
I don't know.
But like testicular cancer.
Or prostatic cancer?
Yeah, but you can't get testicular cancer if you don't have testicles. I don't
know.
No,
but you could get prostatic cancer.
No, you could. I know. I'm just saying maybe in those situations. I don't know.
Anal gland cancer?
It also just seemed like a hassle because then it talked about checking the levels. Obviously, you have to check the progesterone levels and the testosterone levels, like as you're giving it.
That's a lot of work.
That just sounds like
at that point, roll your dice and let your dog keep his balls. I don't know.
Yeah, I know it. It's hard to. Yeah, okay.
It's just another drug you have to manage.
We'll have to figure. Yeah. We'll have to maybe there's someone that knows more than us.
I don't know what companies.
Is there anyone on a team practicing on dogs with hormone replacement?
Please let us know.
Got any patients?
Come on the podcast and talk to us.
Yes, exactly.
Alrighty. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the Veterinary Roundtable. Remember,
Wait, before you finish, this was episode 150.
really?
Yes.
Do you have poppers?
No.
Harrison?
No. I just wanted to say that. I just was really excited about that. So
good for us. That's a big milestone. We need pop.
there's the potato we always
Oh, he
puts on
landed
the ground.
upright.
Yes.
Okay.
Nice.
Anyway,
really
okay,
exciting. Good
finish.
for us.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, I'm going to restart. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the Veterinary Roundtable. Remember, send in those questions and leave us a review if you enjoyed this episode or a previous one. We'll see you next week for another episode of the Veterinary Roundtable.